Welcome to e-learning platform of Kadi Sarva Vishwavidyalaya. This is a presentation on public expenditure by Dr. Shweta Sadanand Singh Thakur. I'm a faculty of MPCC Commerce College. This syllabus belongs to BCom semester 5. Now, in this PPT, we are going to talk about the principles of public expenditure, or we can also say that canons of public expenditure. So let us discuss one by one. One is, very first is principle of maximum social benefit, right? So according to Dalton, the best system of public finance is that which secures the maximum social advantage from the operation which it conducts. So both public expenditure and taxation should be carried out to certain limits and no more. Then he says public expenditure should be so utilized among the various uses in an optional manner. Then finally he says the different sources of taxation should so have trap that the aggregate sacrifice entailed is minimum. Right, so on these three things he attained of maximum social advantage. So this is the thing. And the second principle is principle of economy. So principle of economy means that extravagance and waste of all types should be avoided. Public expenditure has great potentiality for public goods, but it may also provide injurious and wasteful. If the revenue collected from the taxpayers is heedlessly spent, it would be obviously uneconomical. So to satisfy the canon of economy, it will be necessary to avoid all duplication of the expenditures and overlapping of authorities. So further, public expenditure should not advisedly affect savings. In case government activity damage the individual's will or power to save, it would be repugnant to the canons of economy, right? So next is the canons of sanction. Canons of sanction says another important principle of public expenditure is that before it is actually incurred, it should be sanctioned by the competent authorities. So unauthorized spending is bound to lead to extravagant and overspending. Clear? So let us discuss about the fourth principle, that is the principle of balanced budget. So every government must try to keep its budget well balanced. So there should be neither ever recurring surpluses or deficit in the budgets. Ever recurring surpluses are not desired because it shows that people are unnecessarily heavily taxed. If the expenditure exceeds the revenue every year, then that too is not a healthy sign, because this is concerned to be the sign of financial weakness of the country. So the government therefore must try to live within its own means, right? So let's focus for the fifth canon of public expenditure, that is canon of elasticity. So another same principle of public expenditure is that it should be fairly elastic. It should be possible for public authorities to vary the expenditure according to the needs. A rigid level of expenditure may prove a source of trouble and embarrassment in bad times. So alteration in the upward direction is not difficult, but elasticity is needed most in the downward direction. It is not so easy to cut down the expenditure. When the economy axe is applied, it is a very painful process. So it is like widespread character creates serious social discontent. So perfect elasticity is out of question, but a fair degree of elasticity is essential in financial breakdown, is to be avoided at the time of shrinking revenues. So these are the things. And finally, the avoidance of unhealthy effects on production or distribution. It is also necessary to see that public expenditure exercises a healthy influence both on production and distribution of wealth in the community. It would be stimulate, it should be stimulate productive activity so that the volume of production in the country increases and it may be possible to raise the standard of living. But this object of the raising of standard of living of the masses will be served only if the wealth is fairly distributed. If the newly created wealth does not, the wealth goes to enrich the already rich, the purpose is not served. So public expenditure should aim at toning down the inequalities of wealth distribution. So these two objectives may be conflict when attempts at reducing inequalities of incomplete wealth distribution and adversely affect production. This it can do by adversely affecting. So power to work and save and will to work and save. So public expenditure can also benefit production through diversions of resources from less productive to more productive occupations. So these are the things which we have discussed for today's session, that is the principle of public expenditure. So these are the sources from where I collected the detailed information and discussed with you all. Till that, thank you, and we will meet in the next lecture.